Fellas, there are fighters in the UFC that I'm almost certain will become a champion one day that I'm willing to bet money on, and today we're going to be taking a look at fighters in every single weight class that I'm confident will become champion. I'm sure that 80% of the fighters in this video are going to become champion. That's how confident I am. They just have the skills to become champion, or it's all going well for them. Let me know if you agree with these fighters or if you have any fighters of your own, but I'm going to be going from heavyweight to flyweight, starting off with the heavyweight division, and I'm going with Tom Aspinall. The thing about the heavyweight division is I feel like the fighters are going to take turns in holding the belt. Like fighters like Aspinall, Garn, Pavlovich, Jailton Almeida, I feel like the kind of the new breed of heavyweight, they're just going to take turns in holding the belt, kind of like the light heavyweight division has been for the past couple of years. But if there's one fighter that I'm confident will definitely hold the belt, it's Tom Aspinall. He's so well-rounded, he's one of the most well-rounded in the UFC, definitely the most well-rounded in the heavyweight division, excluding John Jones, but Jones is going to be gone after, well, by the time he's fought Stipe, he's not going to be in the UFC anymore, because he's going to retire after the Stipe fight. But Aspinall has got everything to become champion. He's got some of the most elite grappling in the division, up there with people like Jailton Almeida. He's been grappling his entire life. He's got so many submissions, shortest fight time in UFC history as well, I believe. And on the feet, the way he slept Morse into Burra, the way he knocked out Spivak, he knocked out Spivak faster than Garn did, and Garn's meant to be the striker. Yeah, I just feel like I genuinely feel like he could win on the feet against all these guys. And in the grappling department, he's just that well-rounded. He's only 30 years old as well, which is pretty young for the heavyweight division. He's still got another 5, 6, maybe 7 years left, as long as he doesn't blow his knee out again. But no, Aspinall, I genuinely think he's going to become champion. He's got all the skills, and he's going to be fighting Pavlovich for the interim belt in a couple of weeks' time. If he beats Pavlovich, I'm pretty confident that belt, the interim belt, is going to be promoted into the actual undisputed belt after Jones and Stipe fight. So regardless, he will be champion one day. I'm so confident on it. But yeah, heavyweight, I'm going with Tom Aspinall. He's got every skill to become champion. He doesn't really lack anywhere. Light heavyweight, I'm going Alex Pereira. Simply, I just think he's going to beat Yuri Prochazka at UFC 295. On the same card as Aspinall Pavlovich, he's going to be facing Yuri. That's pretty simple. I just think he's going to beat Yuri Prochazka, and I feel like the longer he trains with Glover Teixeira, the better his grappling's going to become, the bigger threat he's going to become on the feet because of his takedown defense. And I feel like if Jan Blachowicz couldn't really ragdoll Alex Pereira when it came to grappling, I know he won the first round, but after the first round it kind of went downhill from there. And I feel like the longer he trains with Glover Teixeira, I just don't see Yuri Prochazka being able to grapple with him. And on the feet, he's probably the most dangerous fighter in the UFC right now. Yuri Prochazka is really crafty on the feet. He's a really weird striker, but I still feel like Alex Pereira's got everything it takes to finish him. It's a 5-round fight as well. Yuri did kind of slow down against Glover Teixeira in those 5 rounds, and there were times when he nearly lost, but Glover Teixeira's fight IQ let him down. Alex Pereira, I'm confident, is going to finish Yuri Prochazka, and even if he somehow loses to Yuri Prochazka, which, I mean, he could lose. I'm not saying this is going to be a one-sided domination fight, but even if he did lose to Yuri, I believe that, like I said, the longer he trains with Glover and the experience he has in the light heavyweight division and just in MMA in general, I feel like eventually he's going to get that light heavyweight belt. So Alex Pereira, I'm confident he's going to become champion. I could have also gone with Ankalaev, but, I mean, his career's cursed. He draws with Jan Blachowicz. Now he's just got a no contest against Johnny Walker. Probably not going to get a title shot for a while, so I'm going Alex Pereira for light heavyweight. I'm confident he's going to be champion. Middleweight, I'm going Dricus. Yeah, there's so many contenders in middleweight. There's Khamzat Chimaev. I just feel like, as good as Khamzat is, and I want to give him respect. I made a video the other day saying that he's overhated, and I still stand by that, but I just feel like Dricus versus Khamzat, I don't see a world where Khamzat beats Dricus du Plessis. I feel like Dricus definitely beats Khamzat. So Dricus is one of the fighters that I'm confident will become champion. He's only 29, which is young for the middleweight division. I feel like he's more of an evolved Yo Romero. He kind of reminds me of Romero, like an evolved version. That performance he did against Whittaker was impressive. And if he ever fights Adesanya, he'll smoke Adesanya. And I think he beats Strickland pretty comfortably. He's got everything it takes to win. He's an absolute force to be reckoned with. He's got amazing grappling. He's one of the he hits like a truck. One of the hardest hitters in the middleweight division. I think Dricus has everything it takes to become champ. Let's be honest, he deserves a title shot. It should be him versus Strickland as soon as possible, really. But I feel like the UFC are just going to give an immediate title shot to Khamzat, even though he's never fought a middleweight. Well, he has fought a middleweight, but not recently. So, yeah, Dricus du Plessis, I think he's got everything it takes to become champion. And if he ever fights someone like Hamzat, he's beating Hamzat. Dricus will be champion. The way he dealt with Whittaker, man. But yeah, middleweight, I'm going Dricus du Plessis. Welterweight, I'm going Shavkat. Yeah, he's one of the best grapplers in the division. Hits hard as well. His head movement's kind of suspicious, but yeah, Shavkat Rakhmonov for welterweight. And the reason is I feel like he's still got another 6 to 8 years left in MMA. Like, even if he fights and loses, I still feel like he's got a long time left in the MMA octagon. By the time he's, you know, around 32, 33, 34, Leon Edwards is probably going to be gone. Colby's going to be gone. All the contenders right now are going to be gone. And I just feel like Shavkat Rakhmonov, he's got everything it takes to become champion. He's undefeated as well. That's a good statistic. He's undefeated and he's finished every single one of his opponents. So it's not like he's had any dodgy decisions or he should have lost a fight. He's just finished all of his opponents. And I'm confident that he will definitely become champion eventually. He's going to be facing Wonderboy. I think it's in December. I think it's UFC 296. And when he faces Wonderboy, I'm definitely going with Shavkat to win that fight. And arguably beating Wonderboy, he might get a title shot after that. Maybe he'll have to have a #1 contender fight against someone like Gilbert Burns, or maybe the loser of Colby and Edwards. But Shavkat, if he keeps going on this run that he's going on, I'm confident that he's going to be champion. There's no one else at welterweight I can really go for. I mean, we've got Colby. I'm not confident in Colby Covington definitely becoming the champion. There's Bilal Muhammad, but are we really betting on Bilal Muhammad here? Yeah, I'm going with Shavkat. He's probably one of the toughest contenders to beat in the division. I mean, he's never been beaten, never even gone to decision, so I'm going with Shavkat for welterweight. Lightweight, I'm going with Oliveira. Now, I know you Islam fans are going to say Oliveira gets smoked by Islam, and to be honest, I kind of agree. I still feel like Islam destroys him in a rematch, but there's not much contenders at lightweight that I want to go for to beat in Islam Makhachev. Who have we got? We've got Justin Gaethje, who's not going to beat Islam. I guess we've got Arman Sarukian, who's already lost to Islam as well. If there's one person in the division that I just feel like he'll be able to pull off a win over Islam somehow, it's Charles Oliveira. He's just the type of guy to do it. And he's more promising than any other lightweight contender. He finished Chandler, Poirier, Gaethje, Dariush all in 2 rounds. And yeah, he's just got the best shot of beating Islam Makhachev in the division. He's got like a 25% chance of beating Islam. I don't think he would beat him, but he's got the best chance out of every other lightweight. Weirdly, I was going to say Usman Nurmagomedov. I feel like 100% Usman Nurmagomedov, if he ever comes to the UFC. I reckon after Islam's gone, Usman's instantly going to be taking that lightweight belt. But he's not in the UFC, so I kind of feel like it's unfair to include him just yet. So out of all the lightweight contenders, I'm going Oliveira. Featherweight, Ilia Topuria. He's 100% becoming champion one day. He's 26 years old. That's so young for a contender. He's going to be fighting for a belt soon, and he's 26 years old, meaning he could lose so many fights. He's still got another like 10 years in this business. Volkanovski's like, what, 35, 36? Ilia Topuria's got like a decade left in this, and he's already a top contender at 26. He smoked Josh Emmett, and I reckon he's got the stakes are a lot, like, I feel like he's got much of a higher chance of beating Volkanovski after Volkanovski just did that against Islam. I know it was short notice, but the fact that Volkanovski's chin's been cracked and we don't know where his confidence is, Ilia Topuria's got so much of a bigger advantage coming into that fight than he did before. He's a hard hitter, he's got great submissions. He's 100% becoming champion one day. Even if he doesn't beat Volkanovski, which he could do, he could easily beat Holloway. And Holloway and Volkanovski, let's be honest, they're going to retire within 2 years. And I feel like after that's happened, Ilia Topuria is going to be taking over the division. It's either going to be him or Yair Rodriguez, maybe Arnold Allen. But I don't see Arnold Allen beating Ilia Topuria. He's already so skilled and he's got so much time left to improve. Ilia Topuria, I'm almost certain that he's going to become champion one day. Yeah, he's so skilled already. I can't believe people were matching up to Poirier and Paddy Pimblett about a year ago from now. Just maybe not a year ago, but in like, when was it, March of last year? People were matching up to Poirier and Paddy Pimblett. I can't believe people were doing that. Topuria would have knocked him out cold. Bantamweight, Merab. Again, there's not really much contenders I'm confident in. We've got Marlon Vera. I don't think he beats Sean O'Malley, but even if he was to beat O'Malley, I don't know, I don't think he beats O'Malley, and I don't think he beats a lot of these contenders. We've got Sandhagen. Again, he's already lost to Aljo. O'Malley's a tough fight for him. Merab is the only one I'm really confident in. He's performed best against Peter Yan than anyone else did. Aljo and Sean O'Malley scraped a decision over Yan, whereas Merab absolutely demolished him. About 50 takedowns per minute or something like that. It was crazy. And he's got the best chance of beating O'Malley. He's watched how Aljo performed against him. He knows how to correct the mistakes. He's one of the most grueling grapplers in the division, so I'm going with Merab. I also think Umar Nurmagomedov could be up there as well, but the problem is Umar Nurmagomedov never fights. He always pulls out of fights. He needs to fight. He's not even fought a proper contender. I don't even think he's fought anyone ranked yet, so yeah. But with Merab, even if he has to have like a #1 contender fight with Sandhagen, he's beating Sandhagen, and not much contenders give him real problems. Stylistically, he's a nightmare for most people in the division, so for Bantamweight, I'm going with Merab. And then Flyweight, I'm going with Mohamed Wakayev. I was originally going to go Manel Kape, but I feel like Manel Kape could lose to Kai Kara France. Mohamed Wakayev, he's 23. I mean, we're talking about Ilie Topuria being 26 and being a contender. Makayev's 23. Again, he's still got like a decade left, and he's already, I think he's finished nearly every single one of his fights. I think only one of his fights in the UFC have gone to a decision. Makayev is so dangerous. He just finished Tim Elliott, who's an absolute legend in the flyweight division. He just always finds a way to win. I feel like the thing about Makayev is he starts fights and he might start it with a bit of adversity. He might not have the best start to a fight. I mean, he was losing against Tim Elliott, and then he just always finds a way to win, whether it's a submission or he drops them or whatever it is. He just always finds a way to win. He's also undefeated as an amateur and a pro, so he's never lost a fight in his life, regardless of whether it was a professional bout or not. I don't think he's going to be getting a title shot within the next few years, and I say that because I feel like the UFC are going to rush him. They're going to give him a fight with someone like Manel Kape or Kai Kara France, and I feel like he loses to those people. It's a little bit too soon. I will be matchmaking him soon in a video that I'm going to do soon, but Mohamed Makayev, if there's one flyweight I look at and I think he's got everything it takes to become a champion, it's Mohamed Makayev. So yeah, those are the fighters in every division that I'm certain will become a champion. Let me know if you agree or if you have to switch any of the fighters. But yeah, thank you for watching.